Welcome to another exciting year of Salem High School athletics.
First and foremost, we'd like to begin by expressing our appreciation for everyone. Thank you for all your work you do behind the scenes. And to all the coaches, thank you for all your dedication.
To our athletes, with your hard work, dedication, sportsmanship, and team play, you have made the 2019-2020 school year a rewarding and enjoyable experience.
To the parents, thank you for your loyalty to Greyhound Athletics, for supporting our efforts to provide a wholesome, competitive environment for our student athletes.
I want to talk to you about Salem football. First of all, I want to thank some people. I want to thank my assistant coaches, Seth Brazil and Josh Watson, who spent numerous hours up here. We were spending hours up here preparing for each game, and I would have to say that we did not play any game that any team surprised us with anything. So we felt like we were well prepared, and those guys are the guys most responsible for that. I want to thank parents for allowing us to work with your young men throughout the season, especially junior high parents. I know it's a burden on you to get your young men up here at 7 o'clock in the morning for practice, but we really appreciate you getting them up here and allowing us to work with them. Also, Dr. Scribner's office for feeding the senior high team on road trips, and Mrs. Hudd for providing food for the junior high team on our road trips. During the season, we want to thank the area coaches that feed the senior high teams on the home games. We go around to each church for each home game, and we appreciate that. And also, when we got to the playoffs, I want to thank the various parents and local restaurants that provided meals for us after night practices and even breakfasts for us when we were practicing during the playoffs. And last but not least, I want to thank the statisticians who worked with us for the last few years, Alyssa Yates and Greenlee Hall. First I'm going to talk about is the 7th grade football team. I'm going to announce the players for that. They are as follows: Dawson Jennings, Damian Hightower, Caden Hollis, Blake Ingram, Owen Guffey, Keegan Sanderson, Victor Cabrera, Caden Birch, Jordan Mabes, Braden Morris, Seth Huber, Anthony Lavalier, Fisher Tyler, Alex Hutchins, Ashton McGill, Skylar Payne, Jackson Matrano, Christian Costner, Race Williford, and Caleb Downs. These young men, this is the largest group of 7th graders that we've had since I've been here. We had 20 of them. Felt like that they were a very enthusiastic young bunch. Worked hard at what they did. We learned spent a lot of time learning football this year. Although they didn't win as many games as they probably would have liked to have won, they did improve throughout the year, and we're looking forward to them moving up to junior high and helping the junior high out next season. I'll go on to the junior high players. Elijah Romine, Isaac King, Lucas Downs, Dakota Jackson, Nathaniel Burkhead, Austin Caldwell, Stephen Riggs, Hunter Sizemore, Hank Giltner, Nick Ortiz, Aiden Swingle, Nolan Bassham, Ashton Powers, Dalton Stewart, Levi Clinton, Leighton Birmingham, Aiden Daly, Matthew Holloway, Hunter Homod, Jonas Avell, Jordan Forster, Damian Jennings, Braden Hemshoot, Spencer Jackson, Blake Billingsley, Brody Hightower, Connor Painter, Luke Foster, John Stroud, Chance Harbor, Cameron Waltrip, Michael Rouse, Carter Stewart, Landon Grisham, Gavin Leake, and Chris Lloyd. The junior high ended up with a season record of 4 wins, 2 losses, and a tie. It's kind of a strange season. We had a lot of thunderstorms this year, and so some of the games got stopped early, some of them games got canceled. But they ended up 3rd in the conference. and a meeting of the coaches at the end of the year. We had some guys make all conference from this football team. They are Leighton Birmingham, Hank Giltner, Dakota Jackson, Damian Jennings, Isaac King, and Elijah Romine. The senior high football Greyhounds, members of that team are Peyton Barker, Kevin King, Trent Morris, Dylan Hoskins, Tommy Perkins, Dakota Jackson, Stephen Cox, Gavin Giltner, Owen Jones, Braden Mulkey, Carson Barker, Calvin Smith, Garrett Kaufman, Ashton Chastain, Hank Giltner, Darius Brown, Chance Pebler, Isaac King, Riley Tomlinson, Tyler Siddons, Bryce Helton, Tedrick Morris, Gabe Miller, Tyler Connor, Gavin Davis, Levi Decker, Gavin Draper, Lucas Tanner, Lucas Foster, Craig Kemp, Tommy Bassham, Chance Jackson, Nate Owens, Chris Ortiz, Justin Scales, Charlie Romine, Jeffrey Bell, Lewis Allman, Chris Burkhead, Hunter Bensinger. 2019 Salem Greyhounds finished the year with a 10-2 record, conference champs. They were actually back-to-back conference championships the last 2 years. These guys have gone undefeated through the conference on both of the last 2 years. They reached the state semifinals before losing to Fordyce. The seniors in this group was the first group I started here with as head coach when they were ninth graders. And one thing that they do is that they will try their best to do what you ask them to do, and they end up playing well as a team, and they play for each other instead of not for themselves. These guys have got some things, accomplishments that they can look back on and rest their laurels on. They have, from ninth grade on, advanced to the second round of the playoffs 4 years in a row. They have made it to the state semifinals 2 times in the last 4 years. And this senior bunch has the most playoff wins of any class in Salem school history. They've been very successful, and a lot of it has to do with the amount of work that they are willing to put into it. These guys like to come and practice. They like the hard work, and they usually held each other accountable to the ones who tried to get out of some of the work sometimes. So I really appreciate them. At a meeting after the season of the conference coaches, these players were selected as all-conference, and there is a long list of them, and they deserve it because of some of the things that I've talked about. Peyton Barker, Chance Pebler, Levi Decker, Dylan Hoskins, Craig Kemp, Gabe Miller, Nate Owens, Tommy Perkins, Darius Brown, Gavin Giltner, Chance Jackson, Braden Mulkey, Kevin King, and Tyler Siddons. 2 of those guys were selected as All-State, and they are Peyton Barker and Gabe Miller. And those 2 young men were also selected to play in the state all-star game that was to have been played this summer, but was canceled. First time in school history that there's ever been 2 selected from Salem to play in the all-star game. And every year there's an award that we give out called the Brandon Burlsworth Award, named after Brandon Burlsworth, and that award goes to Gabe Miller. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Amanda Smith, and I had the honor of coaching Salem High School cheerleading for the 2019-2020 cheer season. I could not be more proud of the Salem High School cheerleading squad this year. They started the season with cheer camp in August and went all the way through to cheering on their basketball teams in February. This group of young ladies has focused on what makes a team strong, how to be leaders in their school, and worked on showing strong character both on the sidelines and in the classroom. I would like to recognize this team now, starting with 7th grade cheer, McKinley Riga, Haley Bates, Lexus Dawson, Caroline Montclair, Amanda Russell, Kyla James, Cherish Arrington, Mariah Roberts, and Jenna Jasper. For the junior high squad, in 8th grade, Hannah Daly, Isabella Burkhead, Caitlin Covey, Delvin Clements, Angeli Irwin, Christina Harden, and in 9th grade, Emma Huddleston, Callie Stevenson, Cheyenne Wright, Adriana Bagwell. The senior high team this year competed at 3 different competitions, one of them being state. This team was 10th grade Madison Jasper, Cherish Kemp, Emily Server, 11th grade Jasmine Aguiar, Austin Gross, Aspen Huddleston, Faith Kemp, and there were 3 seniors this year, Lakin Bailey, Tessa Barnett, and Jessica DeLargy. Thank you.
Hey, I'd like to talk about our volleyball program for 2019. I'd like to recognize our junior high our players and our managers. Our players are Adriana Bagwell, Allie Smith, Allie Tanner, Autumn Pate, Brianna Bodine, Callie Hall, Chloe Taylor, Emily Ward, Hannah Daly, Hannah Hudson, Maddie Keene, Maddie Allen, Maddie Miller, Maddie Price, Mariah Roberts, Marley Sellers, Mesa Henderson, Mia Beller, Montana Franks, Olivia Dawkins, Olivia Smith, Paige Painter, Rhea Turnbow, Rebecca Johnson, Savannah Eldred, and our managers, Tessa Barnett, Abby Cook, and Katie Walling. We started out 7th grade. They had a record of 8-2. This is an excellent group. They showed a lot of growth. They had lots of positive attitudes. So there's a very fun group, very social group, but they're very tight-knit together. I hope this goes in as they follow along. Our junior high ended with a winning record with 10-9 overall and 2-3 in the conference. These girls ended the season as the district champs. We look completely different from the beginning of the season to the end of the season, different rotations and everything. We ended with a high note, and I hope that we continue from this and build on for our next season. I racked my brain on what we did different as we went into the district tournament. I tried to figure out what did I do different before we went into it, and I realized that it wasn't me, it was the girls, that they finally 100% trusted each other. They 100% bought into the program. The fans, the parents that were in the audience, they were cheering them on. I hope that's a tradition that we will continue on with. We had a couple awards that came out of it. All conference was Maddie Keene, Maddie Miller, Marley Sellers, and Olivia Smith. Junior high all district was Olivia Dawkins, Maddie Keene, Maddie Miller, Marley Sellers, and Olivia Smith. For our senior high, we had Allie Sanders, Hannah Woody, Kyla Stevens, Samantha Giltner, Erica Owens, Haley Hollaball, Hannah Guffey, Mackenzie Hill, Shay Bassham, Madison Sellers, Megan Ulrich, and Rory Walling. We had a lot of fun with this team this year. They really got along. We had quite a bit that disturbed it with injuries and some unseen circumstances along the way, but they overcame that. By the end of the season, we had players in a rotation that had never even played before. They grew, they adjusted with each other. Quite a few of the matches didn't fall our way, was a couple points short. I don't think the score really showed how hard that they worked together. We did recognize that we need to work on a mental game this next season so that we're stronger. We ended up placing 5th in the district tournament and got knocked out by Yellville Summit. As we see our junior high, they're coming up, they're building together. I think we're going to see more success as the senior high level. The girls know how to go to work. They can practice every day and worked hard. A couple of awards that was out of it. Our Cave City tournament, our all-tournament player was Kyla Stevens. Senior high all-conference is Allie Sanders. Senior high all-district is Madison Sellers. I'd like to give a big thanks to our parents, the support that they gave throughout it, the cheer section, a big shout out to our student section and all of their support that they showed, their dressing up, everything. And then I'd like to thank the cheerleaders. They did a banner for us. They sent goodies along the way, and there's a big support to our program. And thank you to the admin for supporting us along the way. Thank you.
At this time, I'd like to recognize the 2019 boys golf team. This team includes Garrett Romine, Chandler Slater, Bryson Love, Cooper Bassam, Connor Bullard, Keaton Bassam, Eric Frazier, Driver Springston, Elijah Hollenbaugh, and Cannon Bedwell. With a lot of new, inexperienced players, this team did extremely well and improved each match, making it all the way to the state tournament with a second-place finish at district. I also want to congratulate Garrett Romine on an all-state tournament team. My two senior boys this year were Garrett Romine and Cooper Bassam. Both are outstanding young men, and I'm proud to have coached. Thank you for a great season, boys. The 2019 Salem girls golf team included Anna Neal, Jaden Strong, JC Strong, Morgan Johnson, Madison Bush, Katie Fish, and Hayden Friend. These ladies had a record of 26 wins and 8 losses. Leading up to the state tournament, these ladies were second in district. At the state tournament, these girls finished 6th in the state out of 24 schools. My lone senior girl is Anna Neal. I cannot say enough about Anna. She did anything and everything that I asked her, and her play was instrumental in our success the past few years. Thank you for all your support this year. We look forward to trying to bring you a championship next year.
I would like to introduce this year's cross-country team. Senior high, Yuki Beller, Autumn Bryant, Chelsea Hamilton, Paisley Hightower, Keelan Hollenbaugh, Catherine Newman, Sarah Young, Leighton Birmingham, Connor Bullard, Brandon Cameron, David Fletcher, Tyler Hill, Isaac Painter, Colton Romine, Garrett Romine, and Wraith Van Buskirk. Junior high, Olivia Dawkins, Montana Franks, Allison Smith, Olivia Smith, Kylie Washington, Blake Ingram, and Isaiah Louder. My manager, Kyle Knight. This group was an outstanding bunch to coach. It takes dedication to compete in a sport where you're asked to do nothing but run mile after mile every week from June to November. They worked hard, encouraged one another, and had fun throughout the season. All this made my job easier as their coach. Our main goal throughout the season is to improve our times and set new PRs each week. All these kids accomplished this goal throughout the season. At the conference meet, the junior girls finished second, and the senior girls finished third. Olivia Smith, Montana Franks, Allison Smith, Paisley Hightower, Chelsea Hamilton, Sarah Young, David Fletcher, and Tyler Hill all earned all-conference honors. The senior high boys and girls went on to compete at state in Hot Springs in November. I'd like to take time to thank a few people. First, thanks to the parents for your support throughout the season, especially to those who came to the meets to cheer the kids on and volunteered at our home meet. Next, I want to thank the administration and my fellow coaches for help in putting on the home cross-country meet and the conference meet. Lastly, I want to thank the seniors, David, Kyle, Garrett, and Catherine. Thanks for your leadership throughout the season. It has been a pleasure getting to coach you. Thanks.
I'd like to introduce the junior girls basketball team at this time. They had a record of 18-6, a conference record of 13-1. They finished up co-conference champs. They finished up runner-up in the Hillcrest tournament, and they finished runner-up in the Izard County tournament. This group of girls played really hard. They're a fun bunch to coach, and at this time I'd like to introduce them. Our ninth graders were Greenlee Hall, Chelsea Hamilton, Mia Beller, Madison Bush, Olivia Dawkins, Katie Fish, Maddie Keene, Maddie Price, Marley Sellers, Chloe Taylor, Mariana Green, Macy Cooper, Montana Franks, Hayden Friend, Callie Hall, Gianna Morin, Lily Shannon, Allison Smith, Olivia Smith, and Rhea Turnbow. This group of girls were special from the start, and they're going to have a lot of success in the upcoming years. I'm very proud of them and the record they had. Also, I'd like to mention that our 7th grade girls, they also went undefeated this year, which they had a really good bunch. There were 9 of them, and they were Macy Cooper, Montana Franks, Hayden Friend, Callie Hall, Gianna Morin, Lily Shannon, Allison Smith, Olivia Smith, and Rhea Turnbow. This group of young ladies are going to be really fun to watch in the upcoming years. They're really close and really good year. We also, our postseason honors, we had 2 girls that got all conference honors. They were Marley Sellers and Chelsea Hamilton. Moving on to the senior high girls. They came back and had a really good season this year from a season last year. We struggled. I'd like to introduce our 2 seniors. They were Madison Sellers and Lakin Bailey. We're going to miss them. I think Madison has plans on pursuing her basketball career beyond high school, and so we wish her all the luck. Also with these 2 seniors, our juniors were Amber Yates, Caitlin Estes, and then the 10th graders were J.C. Strong, Sarah Young, Yuki Baylor, and Cassidy Walling. This senior girls team, they finished up 11-14 in a very tough conference. Our conference has, in our region, has had some of the state champions in it the last 2 years. Melbourne was in it the last 2 years. They were state champions. And not only in our conference, but our district, our region. So we were in one of the toughest conferences, one of the toughest regions in the state. They finished a conference record of 6-8. They finished runner-up in the Izard County tournament, finished 3rd in the Battle Border tournament, finished 4th in the 2A North Conference, and made a regional appearance this year. Our postseason honors, we had 2 girls that got all conference honors, Madison Sellers and J.C. Strong. Madison was also named an all-star nominee for the season for the Arkansas Activity Association. Finishing up, just kind of talking and wrapping things up, I really do appreciate all the girls' hard work, all the long hours and time spent away from home, doing homework and everything else. Appreciate the parents and all their support and our administration. Thank you.
I'd like to introduce our 7th grade, junior high, and senior high basketball team, and then tell a little bit about each team. For 7th grade, Hunter Grissom, Caleb Leisenring, Blake Ingram, Owen Guffey, Caden Hollis, Joe Mullinax, Andrew Ring, Anthony LaValle, Fisher Tyler, Race Rilliford, Caleb Downs, Mariana Rawls, Jordan Mabes, Hayden Payne, and Douglas Ferris. This group, I'm proud of the work these guys put in. We put a lot of focus on skill development and defense this year. I could tell as the season went on that there was improvement made in understanding of the game. I'm ready to get back to work and continue to build where we left off last season. For the junior high team, the players were Hank Giltner, Tyler Hill, Dakota Jackson, Matt Guffey, Dalton Stewart, Caleb Smith, Elijah Romine, Spencer Jackson, Kenan Bedwell, James Daly, Nick Ortiz, Lucas Downs, Marlon Green, Connor Henderson, Gavin Leet, Hunter Lawling, and John Arrington. This group of athletes was fun to coach. They had a record of 12-10, improving off of a 7-win season the year before with most of the same guys. Every game we played, the effort was there, and they made it exciting. They went undefeated in the non-conference schedule, minus 2 tournament final losses. They finished runner-up in the Hillcrest tournament with a loss in overtime to Sloan, and a runner-up in the Izard County tournament with a loss to Melbourne. Of their 10 losses, 7 were to just 2 teams, Melbourne and Sloan. They were 2 very great teams. They finished first and second in our conference consecutively. These guys competed and had success in one of the toughest 2A junior high conferences in the state. Hank Giltner and Matthew Guffey earned Izard County All-Tournament honors. Dakota Jackson and Matthew Guffey earned all-conference honors. I cannot wait to see what these guys can do in the future. And for senior high, the players were Wes Taylor, Tyler Guffey, Garrett Romine, Jake Hudson, Avery Lejeune, Isaac Painter, Dallas Dawson, Luke King, Connor Bullard, Bryson Love, Gabe Miller, Stephen Cox, Tyler Siddons, Jacob Earl, and Dakota Forrester. This group of guys went 8-17 on the year, also improving from the year before. They were NEA tournament runner-ups, where Tyler Guffey, Garrett Romine, and Gabe Miller received all NEA honors. Garrett Romine also receives Izard County All-Tournament honors and All-Conference honors. Nearly every game these guys played came down to the wire. I think all but 5 games were single digits. Needless to say, they lost some heartbreakers. They came ready to practice and ready to play every game. We had some juniors and sophomores play big minutes last year and are hoping to improve off the next season with the help of the upcoming freshmen. This year's senior class was an amazing group of young men to coach, and I'm proud to have been part of their journey through their high school careers. They showed great leadership throughout the year and will truly be missed. I wish them nothing but the best in their future endeavors. We are all ready to get back in the gym and back to work. I would like to say a special thanks to Coach Faulkner and Coach Blevins for their help and support throughout the year, my wife for putting up with me throughout the season, and all the administrators and fans for your continued support. Thank you.
I would like to introduce the 2020 Lady Greyhound softball players: Rory Walling, Rachel Johnson, Megan Ulrich, Jaden Strong, Mackenzie Hill, Brianna Hamilton, Shay Bassham, JC Strong, Morgan Johnson, Nicole McGill, Emily Sever, Madison Jasper, Maddie Miller, and Chelsea Hamilton. And our managers were Madison Sellers and Tessa Barnett. As everyone knows, our season ended before it really even got started due to COVID-19. We got to play 2 games. First off, let me just say that my heart broke right along with yours, knowing that this season was gone as fast as it came. It was sad to see this season end so early and with all the possibilities that it could have held. Ladies, your dedication to your sport drove you to where you stand today. These are the kind of things which shape you to be a better person and will help you in the future. To our seniors, Rachel, Rory, and Megan, thank you for your leadership, hard work, thrills, and the laughter you've provided. Thank you for all the memories you gave us and for sharing your journey with us. You didn't deserve to have it end this way, but this sport has taught you how to respond to adversity, and I have no doubt that you will. Take all that you have learned from the game and apply it to your future, and whatever you do, do it well. Thank you.
At this time, I'd like to recognize the 2020 Greyhounds baseball team. The freshmen were Keaton Bassham, Jordan Forrester, Matt Guffey, Hank Giltner, Dakota Jackson, and Dalton Stewart. The sophomores were Carson Barker, Brandon Cameron, Jacob Earl, Luke Hearn, Trevor Lysenring, and Kyle Pate. The juniors were Gavin Giltner and Wraith Van Buskirk. And the seniors were Peyton Barker, David Fletcher, Tyler Guffey, Jake Hudson, Kyle Knight, Garrett Romine, Riley Tomlinson, and Blaine Wallace. I just want to say, guys, I hate as much as you do that the season had to end the way that it did, but I want to say thank you to the seniors for all the years of hard work that they've put in. And I want to say congratulations to Tyler Guffey for signing with Lyon College to play baseball, and to Jake Hudson for signing with Williams Baptist to play baseball. And I look forward next year to the group that we have coming back and the young guys that are coming back to start this back up again. Thank you.
I'm now going to introduce the 7th grade track team, the junior high track team, and senior high track team. For 7th grade girls, we had Allison Smith, we had Kelly Hall, Macy Cooper, Montana Franks, Dana Smith, Olivia Smith, Rhea Turnbow, Gianna Moran. Now for 7th grade boys, Mariana Rawls, Caleb Leisering, Caden Hollis, Caleb Downs, Jordan Mabes, Blake Ingram, and Keegan Sanderson. For junior high track girls, we had Adrian Rouse, Savannah Eldrod, Caitlin Earl, Abby Cook, Mia Beller, Madison Bush, Maddie Price, Chloe Taylor, Katie Walling, Maddie Keene, Olivia Dawkins, Marley Sellers, Autumn Pate, Rebecca Johnson, Katie Fish, Mariana Green, Kaylee Williford, Kylie Washington, and Abigail Poole. With the junior high boys, Hunter Hamad, Luke Foster, Connor Painter, Damian Jennings, Caleb Smith, Jonah Savell, Elijah Romine, Isaac King, Matthew Holloway, Lucas Downs, Nolan Bassam, Leighton Birmingham, Aiden Swingle, Stephen Riggs, Levi Clinton, Kel Bigham, Aaron Moldrig, Nick Ortiz, Caleb Pollard, Nathaniel Burkhead, Hunter Sizemore, Cannon Bedwell, Cole Harrison, and Aiden Daly. This group, they got to participate in a practice meet, but that is unfortunately all we were able to participate in this year. Now I will announce the senior high track team. For the boys, Nate Owens, David Lee Stansberry, Tommy Bassam, Justin Scales, Colton Romine, Luke Keene, Kevin King, Darius Brown, Isaac Painter, Stephen Cox, Charlie Romine, Tyler Siddons, Gavin Davis, and Garrett Coffin. For senior high girls, Alexis Swingle, Caitlin Estes, Aspen Huddleston, Lakin Bailey, Autumn Bryant, Keelan Hollaball, Haley Hollaball, and Kyla Stevens. Thank you.
Tough times don't last, but tough people do. This year has been anything but ordinary. But even though we are not able to compete this year, I'm here to recognize the student athletes that have devoted their time and energy in making shooting sports one of the best programs here at Salem. On the junior high team, I have Nolan Bassam, Caden Birch, Hayden Friend, Chance Harbor, Blake Ingram, Spencer Jackson, Ashton McGill, Braden Morris, Douglas Ferris, Leighton Smith, and Fisher Tyler. On the senior high team, I have Cooper Bassam, Keaton Bassam, Tommy Bassam, Brandon Cameron, Jax Crow, Lucas Foster, John Garrison, Cameron Huddleston, Chance Jackson, Matthew Jackson, Drake Saunders, Justin Scales, Chandler Slater, and Blake Spears. This year, we've laid the foundations for continued success of the program. Even though we're not able to compete, we will be greater, we will be better next year. Thank you for your time.
At this time, we'd like to recognize our 2020 senior athletes.
Lakin Bailey,
Peyton Barker,
Tessa Barnett,
Cooper Bassam,
Tyler Connor,
Rainey Dawson,
Levi Decker,
Jessica DeLargy,
David Fletcher,
Dakota Forrester,
Tyler Guffey,
Dylan Hoskins,
Jacob Hudson,
Rachel Johnson,
Craig Kemp,
Kyle Knight,
Gabe Miller,
Trent Morris,
Anna Neal,
Catherine Newman,
Nate Owens,
Chance Pebler,
Tommy Perkins,
Garrett Romine,
Madison Sellers,
Blake Spears,
Wes Taylor,
Riley Tomlinson,
Megan Ulrich,
Blaine Wallace.
and Rory Wally.
At this time, I would like to recognize two of our longtime head coaches at Salem Schools. First, Scott Faulkner. Scott has been the head girls basketball coach at Salem for 10 years. Scott has won 59% of his basketball games in senior high girls and 74% in junior girls. Between the two teams, Scott has won 300 basketball games at Salem. Coach Faulkner has coached 2 district championships in senior girls basketball and 1 conference championship. He's also been a part of numerous junior high conference championships at Salem. Scott, again, has coached 10 years at Salem. He has played a very important part in building our girls basketball program, and he's going to be taking another position in the district. We're very grateful to have had him as our head girls basketball coach. The next coach that I'd like to recognize is Coach Clay Wiggins. Coach Wiggins began his career at Salem. He coached 2 years at Salem. He went back to his alma mater of Highland for 30 years, and then he came back to Salem for the last 5. 4 of those years, he was the head football coach, and in that time, he became the winningest coach in school history with nearly a 70% winning percentage. He has won 8 playoff games, which is the most in the school's history. He also won 2 conference championships, more than anyone at Salem High School. And this past season, he went 10-2 and lost in the semifinals to the eventual state champions. Coach Wiggins will be retiring at the end of this school year, and we are very grateful to have had Clay Wiggins as our head football coach.
In closing, congratulations to all the student athletes. To the coaches, thank you for your tireless efforts on behalf of our athletes. And to the parents and families, know that we are proud of your athlete who represents Salem with such honor and pride.
You have made us all proud. We are proud of you, proud of your accomplishments, and proud to be a part of Greyhound Nation. Thank you.